So today we are going to learn on how to construct data representation. So last week we already see there are many types of data representation like the pie chart, like the bar graph and line graph. I'm not sure whether you remember or not. And then we also have dot plot. We have stem and leaf plot. Okay, all of this. So we are going to look into two of it today. Okay, how are we going to construct data representation? Before we construct here, you are going to identify, okay, from the type of the data that you collected, and then you are going to decide which data representation is more suitable to represent your information. So you are going to think about it because not all the data is suitable using pie chart, not all is suitable using bar graph and so on. So certain types of data, they have certain types of representation that suits it. Sometimes only one is suitable. Sometimes there can be two or more types of data representations that is suitable. Okay, so you understand data representation over here, it means all the list of the pie chart and graph, bar graph over here, all of this. Okay, now we look into the next one here. Okay, first thing, bar chart. So what is a bar chart? Bar chart is a type of data representation which represents data by using bars. Okay, bars meaning bars like this, or the bars can be like this, sideways. Okay, it is suitable for showing comparison between category. So you remember this bar chart, it is suitable for comparison between category. Category like, for example, the data that you have just now, the size of the shirt, S, M, L, XL. Okay, or the category like the color of the car, red car, blue car, green car, and so on. Okay, so it's suitable for comparison between category. Now we look at one of the example given here. Okay, the frequency table shows the activities during leisure time for Form 1 Bhakti students. Okay, so this is the activity for their leisure time. Okay, they ask you to construct a bar chart to represent the data and justify the appropriateness of the data representation. So in this chapter, besides you learn on how to construct a suitable data representation, you also need to justify the appropriateness, this part. Justify the appropriateness means that you are going to explain why it is appropriate to be represented using this kind of data representation. Okay, or why is it suitable to use pie chart? Why is it is suitable to use bar graph and so on. So you need to justify the appropriateness. Now we look at the frequency table over here. So the activities involved are reading, watching television, surfing the internet, exercising, listening to music. How many activities altogether here? Five, correct.
Five.
With the frequency stated on the right. So you can see the frequency over here. Okay, now we look at the steps to construct the pie chart. Okay, these are the steps to construct a bar chart. Just to let you know only, you don't really have to memorize. Later on, when you know how to draw already, it will be easy. You don't have to memorize all this. So first, we are going to draw the horizontal and vertical axis on a grid. Horizontal means like this. Horizontal. You know the horizontal where the sun came out every morning, the horizon, the sun came out. So that's the horizontal bar. After that, the vertical axis, this is the vertical axis. Okay, so after you have done these two, you are going to continue with the second steps here. Choose one of the axes to mark the suitable scale and label the axis with the number of students. So you have to label here the axis over here. So you are going to choose a suitable scale. For example, if this one you represent using frequency, then you have to choose a suitable scale here. Are you going to represent with 10, 20, 30 or not? Okay, for example, this one. Because the number is less than 10, right? If you use 10, 20, 30, so that's not suitable already. Means you have to change here. Okay, the most appropriate one most probably will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or you can use 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But it must be uniform. And you label the y-axis over here. If the x-axis is frequency, then this part is going to be represented using the activity. Yes, the activity over here. Okay, after that, we continue this part over here. Draw the bars such that the height of each bar corresponds to the frequency of the category it represents. So right now here, you have to draw the bar. If this one like this, you are going to draw the bar according to the category. So we are going to do this later on. I just let you know roughly only by sketching here to let you see. After that, write down the title of the bar chart. So you are going to write the title on top. Or if on top, if not enough space, you are going to write down the title at the bottom. Okay, now we are going to start with our bar chart. We are going to construct bar chart. Do you know the meaning of construct? Membina. Okay, construct means membina. Like you construct a building, membina bangunan. Construct, So let us look at the given grid line here. So you have your exercise book with you, right? Yes or not? Yes. You must use the grid line book like this. So after this, I'm going to ask you to do the question from the textbook. Today, we don't have exercise in the GC, but you have to draw the bar chart and the rest that I give you later on, and you submit in the Telegram later on. So make sure you know how to draw it. Okay, let me show it to you. So first thing here, I'm going to draw a vertical and also horizontal axis, this first part. So before that, I will see the frequency here. The frequency, the highest is 9. So I must include 9 over here. Now I'm going to draw this way, whereby the first line here will represent the frequency. So I must have 9 boxes or 9 parts. So I'm going to calculate roughly from here because we are not going to use the end of your book. So roughly from here, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 0. So roughly I'm going to start from here so that I have extra space. Okay, so first thing, use your ruler, draw your line. And make sure this part, you can cover up all the activities. We have 5 activities. So make sure you have about maybe 10 or 11 spaces. Hold on, it is a bit hard for me to adjust right now. Okay. And vertical line. Today, I'm going to waste a lot of time on drawing this because later on we are going to learn pie chart. It's a bit hard for me to do this. Actually, this part no need this long. Never mind, leave it first. So we are going to start with 0 here. The 0 represent the origin. Origin maksudnya asalan. So always label the 0. Okay, so this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, or else you can represent it using 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 also can. So this part, I will represent the frequency. So I'm going to write down here that is the frequency is actually the number of students. You can see the important part over here. The activities during the leisure time, this one. So this will be the title later on. The frequency table shows the activity during leisure time for Form 1 Bhakti students. So it represents the students, meaning that that part, the frequency, is actually referring to the number of students. So we write down at the side, because if you write down at the top over here, also can. But if you write down at the side, because it's longer, you can write down at the side. Up to you where you want to write. If write down on top, okay, I will write like this. Number of students. Okay, next. So we are going to start with the first one, reading. Reading, the frequency is at. So I'm going to start the first bar over here. I'm going to mark the at here. Just draw a straight line down like this. Okay, so this one will represent reading. I'm going to label later on. Next, watching television is 9. So I'm going to label everything. 8, 9, 7, 6, 4. Make sure there is a space in between. So I must use 9 right now. This part is 9. Use ruler. After that, 7. After that, 6. After that, 4. Okay, all of this you must use ruler. So after that, you just draw your bar. Make sure it reach till the end and don't exceed the line. If I show it in front of you in the school, that will be much more easier, because I can use the actual ruler, I can use the whiteboard, and I can use the blackboard. So this one is a virtual ruler. Hard for me to adjust it and control it. Okay, so done. Then you can see the horizontal line. We don't need this much, so I can rub it off at the back here and then put an arrow. Remember again, one more time, the arrow is to the right. One arrow only. Don't give me arrow here. Okay, and then this part also, the arrow is up there. One arrow only. Don't give me arrow like this, because I remember last time, although I reminded you, you still give me arrow like this. This arrow to represent the compass, right? Selatan, Utara, and then you have East and West, but we are not using the compasses over here. So make sure you label your arrow correctly. Arrow is pointing to the right and to the north. 2 arrows only, remember that. So this one is representing reading. After that, watching television. So I'm going to label it sideways, so that is enough for me. Reading. Okay? Yeah, what happened? It moved up. I undo it first. Okay, because of my hand. Reading. After that, we have the second one is watching television. So this one is watching television. I moved down a bit because not enough space. Watching television. Television, bahasa Melayu pula. Sorry. Television is English, television. Okay, after that we have, what else? Surfing the internet, exercising. So, surfing the internet, exercising. What is the last one, class?
Listen to music.
Yes, listening to music. So write down listening to music. Before that, I forgot to label my horizontal bar here. The horizontal bar, all of this representing the activity. So I'm going to write down activity at the side. Means this line over here represent the activity. So once you draw your horizontal bar, you must write down the label. Once you draw your vertical bar, you label it and correct scale. After that, you draw your bar. You label everything. So the last step is what? Do you remember? Write down the
title.
Yes, you need the title. So just now I have already highlighted for you the title already, right? The title is activities during leisure time. So because up here I don't have enough space to write, then I'm going to write down at the bottom. So the title will be activity during leisure time. So just use capital letter for each of the word. If you don't want to use all capital letter for the word, doesn't matter, as long as you have at least the A in front, capital letter. Activity during leisure time. And the best is you underline it. Okay, so that's all for our bar chart. We have completed the vertical bar chart. Do you have any questions so far?
Madam,
Yes?
do we need to color the boxes?
The boxes over here, actually you don't have to color, but you can shade it. You want to color? Can, go ahead, no problem. But if no color, you can shade it using your ruler. Just shade like this. But they didn't request it to color or anything. Okay, so maybe you can just shade like this to indicate that these are the bar chart that is drawn by you.
Okay, madam, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, if you have your color pencil with you, better you shade it lah, with your color pencil. If don't have, never mind, you just shade like this. Okay, now, so we look at another given example in your book over here. So just now we have the vertical bar graph. So this one is horizontal bar graph. Okay, you also can label the axis like this. This one represents the number of students. So 2, 4, 6, 10. This one represents the activity. So you can see the first one, they label like this: listening to music, exercising. They are constructing the bar graph from down here. Because you can see our first activity is actually reading. After that, watching television. So construction from down here, the first activity, reading, watching television, surfing the internet, exercising, listening to the music. Okay? And then you look at the smart tips given. You have to bear in mind, when representing data using a bar chart, the width of each bar must be uniform. Okay? That is the meaning over here. The width of each of this bar must be the same. You cannot simply construct a bigger bar like this. And then you construct another smaller bar like this. That is not uniform already. Your width must be uniform. And then the bars need to be evenly spaced. Evenly spaced means the space in between two bars over here. So if you leave one part, same thing over here, also one part. You cannot simply without space, start the first line over here, you must leave one part first. You cannot straight away construct your bar chart down here. Cannot, that is not correct. You have to leave a space first. So you can see mine on top, the vertical bar chart is also the same. We must leave a space, and then everything must be uniform, one space. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let us look at the use of the bar chart. What is the use over here? You can see the bar chart are suitable for comparing the number of students with the different leisure activity. So when you want to compare different leisure activity with the number of students, bar chart is suitable to be used. Okay, so we are going to go through one by one to find out which one is suitable to use which kind of data representation. So you don't have to worry about that. So first thing right now, you just need to remember for this kind of question, you can use bar chart. Okay, now we look at some of the example of bar chart that we can construct. So you look at the one, besides the one shown in the book, there are other types of bar charts. For example, this one. Visitors to IU Island, that is the title. Okay, there are two types of visitor. That is adult, they indicate using the purple color, and the green color is children. From year 2013 to 2016. So the year to represent the horizontal bar. And then the vertical bar over here represent the number of visitors in 10,000s. For example, the number of visitors for 2013, the adult over here will be 90,000 because it represents 10,000. Okay, and then for the children, you will have to deduct from here. That is 130,000 minus 90,000. So you are going to get 40,000 to represent the children and so on. Okay, this is one of the combination of the bar graph. We look at another one here. Okay, so this is book sales of Pustaka bookstore, fiction and non-fiction. You know fiction?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
you know, and then represent the month over here from January, February, March, April with the number of books on the horizontal bar. Okay, so I'll let you see further. There are two more. Okay, this is the car sales. So this one, they compare the types of the car model here, the dynamic car for 2011, 2012, and 13. You can see the color, the indicator there. Okay, with the number of the car. So meaning that the dynamic car, the sale is increasing from 2011 to 2013. Same with the generasi, although they are the same on the next 2 years. Inovasi also increasing, but wawasan is decreasing and increase a little bit. Okay, now we look at laptop sales. So we have brand A, brand B, and brand C of laptop. This one, they didn't put a space over here, might be not enough, but this one still look fine. Okay, although they don't have a space in between the bar graph. So to represent the number of laptop for June, okay, the color here, brand C, brand B, brand A, you can see brand A has the highest sales in June. Same with July, brand A is the top sales. Same with August. And then brand C is the lowest one among the 3 months here. But July a bit better. Okay, so these are another 4 types, a few more types of bar chart that you can draw to represent more data. Now we are going to enter the second part here. Okay, this example. The table 4 shows the score obtained by a group of students in the science quiz and the mathematics quiz. So you can see the marks given here. The science quiz by 4 students, Ivan, Haris, Nora, and Raju. And another one is the mathematics quiz. So they ask you to construct a bar chart to represent these 2 sets of data. Therefore, when you want to construct a bar chart to represent 2 sets of data, you can see, you can apply this one. You can apply this one. You can also apply this or this. It's up to you. Okay, so we are going to try to solve with either one of it down here. Okay, here they ask you to discuss whether a bar chart is suitable for representing data that has 1 or 2 categories that dominate the finding. Suitable or not, class? Is it suitable? Yes or no? No answer.
Yes.
Yes, it is suitable because like I showed you just now, all the bar chart, they already represented 3 types of different categories. So we only have 2 categories over here, which is science quiz and also mathematics quiz. Therefore, it is suitable. Okay, we try to construct the bar chart right now. So first thing, you need to construct the horizontal bar and also the vertical bar. So therefore, I'm going to draw using my free hand. So you don't follow, you have to use ruler because I want to make it faster. So I use free hand like this. So first thing, but my vertical line is always not nice. First thing, we have to construct two axes. Okay, we call it axis. This is line of axis. If you have plural is axis. Okay, so I'm going to indicate this part down here with the name of the student. So I'm going to write down student on the right. And then this part, I'm going to represent the marks for the science quiz and also the mathematics quiz. In this part, what should I label here?
0.
Very good, 0. That's the origin. Okay, the crossing part over here. Always label it at the corner here on the left. Don't label here. Don't even label here or here. Only one corner here. Okay, now I'm going to look at the data. Look at the highest and the lowest. What is the highest number of data here?
50.
50, very good. And the lowest one is?
30.
30, correct. So I must include 30 and 50 lah. Same over here. So all of this is within this range already. Therefore, I just have to figure out how should I divide this into 50. So, is it a 5, 10, 15, 20? Yeah, can. So I'm going to use 10 here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, it's enough, more than enough. Okay, this one I can lower it down so that it looks nicer later on. So that's enough already. I label the marks here. Okay, now I'm going to do the first person, Ivan. Ivan, the science quiz is 30, the mathematics quiz is 45. So I'm going to indicate the first one here, science quiz. Science quiz 30. So I'm going to go here, look for 30. Okay, this one. This line here, I'm going to draw. Okay, this is the science quiz 30 and mathematics quiz 45. So I move to the second line here. 45 is here. So I'm going to draw the line. And then straight away, use the ruler, you draw the straight line down. Draw the straight line. Okay, so this indicate Ivan. Now I'm going to do the indicator. Indicator like this is the science quiz. This one wrap off. So meaning the first bar here, I need to shade it like this. If you have color pencil, yeah, you can go ahead. Maybe you want to use red or anything. And then for the maths quiz, okay, I'm going to use ... mathematics quiz. So just ... anyway. Remember to use ruler. Okay, so I've done for Ivan. I'm going to do Haris. Haris, this is your mark. Science quiz 35, maths quiz 40. So science quiz, leave a space so that it is uniform here. So I'm going to start in this line. So 35 and 40. 35 is here. 40 is here. So straight away, draw the straight line down. Draw the straight line down. So this one is Haris. And then shade it. You can shade at one go. Because I'm teaching you right now, I need to shade it so that you can see the difference first. You can do the shading after you have done all the bar. It doesn't matter. Okay, so third person now, Nora, 45, 40. So leave one space and find out 45. This is 45. This is 40. Make sure it's on the line. On the line. Okay, draw. So this is Nora. Shade. Oh, sorry. Shade it. Dot. The dot must be almost similar. Okay, last one. Raju, 50 and 35. So I'm going to look for 50. This is 50. And 35 is down here. Raju has the highest mark for science quiz. So he got the tallest bar here. Okay, write down the name, Raju, and shade it. The shading also make sure it is uniform as possible. You know the meaning of uniform right now. It must be evenly spread. Okay, so you can see the line at the back is also too long for the horizontal axis here. So to make it nicer, I'm going to rub this off and draw the arrow here, relabel it. Okay, what is the last thing that we missed out? We haven't done?
The title.
Very good, the title. So what is the best line to use as the title? Let's see. The table shows the scores obtained by a group of students in the science quiz and the mathematics quiz. So what should we use? The scores obtained, you can use obtained lah. The scores obtained by a group of students. Because why we don't have to write down the students? Because over here we already have the students, or here we have the mark. So when you are writing the title, you can miss out these two here. So the scores obtained, you can write down in the science quiz and the mathematics quiz. Okay, so I'm going to follow that here. Scores obtained in the science quiz and make sure it's in the center. Mathematics quiz, you can draw indicate two lines like this also. Okay, better underline. So we have done our second paragraph already, whereby this paragraph we have two different categories, that is the science quiz and also the mathematics quiz. Okay, you have any question for this class?
No, Madam.
No. Are you okay if I continue, carry on with another one?
Yes.
Yes, huh? Okay, this one will be the pie chart. So here, before I start with this, I just want to know how many of you have the protractor already. Can I see a raise of hand? How many of you have the protractor already? Raise up your hand if you have your protractor. Protractor. Not all yet, is it? 17. Let me see the queue here. Okay, I'll make it easier. Lower down your hand now. Thank you very much. Lower down your hand. Now I want you to raise your hand if you don't have protractor. You don't have. Raise up your hand if you don't have protractor. You understand what I mean by protractor, right? Let me show it to you. This is protractor. Do I have it here? I don't have it here. I remember I showed it to you last time. Asked you to buy it. Hold on. Here. Because we need to use a protractor to construct the pie chart. If you don't have your protractor, it will be harder. I also don't know how are you going to construct your pie chart later on. So let me show it to you first. Then you raise up your hand if you don't have. I want to see. This is the one. This is protractor, whereby we have the angle given on both of the scales here. Okay, now raise up your hand if you don't have your protractor. Raise up your hand. Oh, everybody have, huh? That's great. So we can carry on now. Okay, you need to give me some time because I'm not very good in using the protractor and also the compasses to draw this later on. So let us look at the question here before we enter into this part. The question is, where is it already? I'm a bit confused. Okay, here. Not this one. So this is the last part that we are going to learn. That is the pie chart. We look at what is a pie chart first, but I'm sure you already seen the pie chart before. A pie chart is a data representation that uses sectors of a circle to show the portion of each category of the whole data. Have you ever eaten pizza?
Yes.
Yes, right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you look at the pizza, it looks something like this. So each of these is divided into sectors. Okay, we call this sectors. This one. So I have 6 sectors in this piece of pizza given. Okay, so now to construct a pie chart is very important for you to know how to draw the sectors, because the sector consists of different angle in the middle. Not every sector is having the same angle like the pizza. Okay, so we look at the example 5 first. The table below, the table shows the number of cars of dynamic model sold by a car dealer. Construct a pie chart to represent the data and justify the appropriateness of the data representation. So 2 tasks that you need to do is, first, you construct the pie chart. Second, you justify the appropriateness. Means you have to give reason why is it appropriate to use pie chart to represent the data here. So the data given is the color of the car, red, yellow, white, blue, and the number of a car is given. So the steps of construct the pie chart. First thing, find the angle of sector for each category. Second, you draw a circle and divided it into different sectors based on the angles calculated. So means you are going to draw a circle, something like this, and then you are going to divide into sectors. Divide into sector. After that, you label each sector, this one. So you are going to label over here, for example, red, and then the angle, how much. Lastly, write down the title. The title is always the last one. So remember to label the title. Title always consists of 1 mark over there. Okay, now, before we draw the pie chart, we will need to construct the table here to find out the value of each category. So you can see, this is the table that we have to indicate the color of the car, the number of the car, these 2. But then we have to add on another 2 columns. The first column here is a fraction of the circle, and the second column is the angle of the sector. Okay, so first we are going to fill all of this by copying down whatever we have up here. Okay, the first thing that we have up here is red. I'm going to copy down red, yellow. After that what?
White.
Very good. White.
Blue.
Blue. Any more? No more, right? Okay.
No.
Then the number of the cars, so copy down also. 9,
9,
12,
12,
10,
5.
Okay. Now to get the fraction of the circle, we will need the total. So this part actually represents the total of all the rest. The total of the number of cars, the total of the fraction, and the angle of the sector here. So find the total here. The total is
36.
You get 36 already. So 12 plus 9 is 21, plus 10, 31, plus 5. So it's 36. Okay, now we need to find the fraction. So fraction, of course, the number of the car divided by the total. So this part will be 9 over 36. The next one is 12 over 36. Yes. The next one, 10 over 36. And 5 over 36. Last one, 36 over 36. What is it? It is a 1. Yeah, it's a whole piece. Whole piece. So whole piece like this, we call it 1. This is a 1. Okay, now we are going to find the angle. So you can see the formula given already. The angle of the sector is the frequency divided by the total frequency times 360. So we already have the frequency here. Divide by the total frequency, we just need to multiply 360. So 9/36 times 360 degree. Because one whole turn, you haven't learned this yet, so I let you know now. One whole turn is equal to 360 degree. Like when you are turning your whole body. When you are turning your whole body around, one whole turn, where are you? Okay. Can you see me?
Yes.
Can see, when we turn our whole body around, okay, I have to stand up. I turn one whole round. And I see you one more time. Okay, this one is angle 0 actually. When I turn, the angle keep increasing. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 180, and so on, 200, up to ending here, 360, correct. So that is one whole turn. Okay, so I carry on. We go back to this one. So I need to finish this. So this part is actually simple. If the denominator and the number here can be simplified, we just simplified it straight away. So 36 times 1, 36 times 1 means this is 9 times 10. 9 times 10 is 90. So we get the angle of 90 degree for the first one. Second will be 12/36 times 360. So we know when we simplify this, is actually, you just need to multiply with the 10. Therefore, 12 times 10 is 120. You can use your calculator to calculate. Okay, next one, 10/36 times 360. So 36 times 1, 36. So this is a 10 here. 10 times 10 is 100.
100.
Yes. And the last one, 5/36 times 360. So we will get 50 degree. So altogether, the total of the angle when you add up here, 90 plus 120 is 210. Plus 100 is 300. Sorry, I turn on first. Hold on. Okay. So just now we have 210 plus 100 is 310 plus 50. So altogether, one whole turn is 360. So this is a fixed value, 360 over here. Are you okay so far?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, madam.
Any question? Do you have any question? No question. So now okay. If you don't have question, based on the data that we have here, we are going to construct the pie chart. So let us memorize the number that we have here. Red is 90 degree, yellow 120, white is 100, blue is 50. Okay, I think I transfer the value to the maths here. Let me see whether I can write down here. Red, just now is 90 degree. Then I have yellow, is 120. Then I have blue or white. White is 100 degree. And then I have blue is equal to 50 degree. So all together is 360. Yeah, okay. So now I'm going to start drawing. So if you have your compasses, we are not compasses. This one is protractor. Protractor. I introduce the protractor to you later on. So first thing, we will need to draw a circle. So I'm going to use the compasses. If you have your compasses already, you can draw a circle. If you don't have, you can just take a cup or anything. So like my cup over here, you can use the base to draw the circle also can. You also can use your bottle and the rest. So here I'm going to start with a circle. Okay, any of the size will do. So I draw a circle here and I don't need this anymore. But you will need the center because you see, when you draw, this is your center when you move around. You see, when you move around, the center is fixed, isn't it? So you will need to know where is your center so that you can draw your first line. Okay, I'm going to draw my first line here using the ruler first. This is also very tedious for me to draw the line. Okay, I'm going to fix the center to the point that I have. The center. Okay, I can just draw any line from the center. So this is the center. I draw the line. And then the ruler is not very straight, you see, when I draw. Okay, I need to redraw the line now, starting from 3, somewhere there. I need to redraw. It's not very straight. Okay, never mind, just ignore it. So assume that is the line from the center. So now we will need to construct the first sector. First sector is 90 degrees. Okay, you look at the protractor that we have here. Do you have your protractor with you?
Yes.
Can you take out your protractor? Show me your protractor. Can I see your protractor, everybody? Where are you? Here. Can I see your protractor? Okay, very good. So while I explaining, you observe your protractor, your own protractor. So let's see. Okay, this is our protractor here. You can see in the protractor we have 2 scales. The outside here start from 0, 10, 20, 30 up to 180. This is called the outer scale. I cannot write. I don't know. Okay, outer scale. And then the one on the right here, inside here, the 0 start from the right. So we call this inner scale. Inner, I-N-N-E-R. I'm not good with this yet. Yeah. Okay, inner scale. So bear in mind, the inner scale, the 0 start from the right. The outer scale, the 0 start from the left. You can see, okay, from the left here. So when you want to do measurement, make sure you always start from 0. If you start from here, you are going to use the outer scale. If you start from here, you are going to use the inner scale. Okay, class? Okay, I carry on. So now we need to do 90 degrees. I'm going to move my protractor down here. Okay, before that, I also forget one thing. This is the baseline. We call it baseline. We always have to put the baseline aligned together with the line that you have later on. And then this part here, this is the center. So remember all of this term, outer scale, inner scale, baseline, and also center. So I'm going to move my protractor here and make sure your center fall on the center first. Can you see that? Can or not?
Can.
I move the center to the center first. Make sure it falls on the center of my point just now. Then I'm going to move it. So when I move it, this one I don't want to see first. I move it. I'm going to move it same line with the baseline here. Okay, with the baseline. So this is the baseline, meaning that I'm going to start the reading from the inner scale, 0. So I need to make a 90 degree. I'm going to count 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So 90 is here. I'm going to use this line. You don't have this line, but never mind. You just need to draw a marking at the side to indicate that it's 90 degree. I indicate using my black color here. Can you see that? So after that,
Yes.
remove it. I'm going to use my ruler to draw the line. Okay, again, it's very hard for me to adjust this. Luckily, it's not that hard. So you have to align it from the center to the marking that we have just now. Then you are going to draw the line. But make sure you don't draw the line outside because we only want the line inside the circle. So draw this line. like this. Okay, so 90 degree, we use this to indicate it is 90 degree. That is the symbol to represent a 90 degree. This one, to represent 90 degree. This one is a right angle. After that, I'm going to draw the second one, which is 120 degree. So I move aside my ruler, move this. Again, center come first. So I need to match the center to the center here. So center come first. Center. Can you see? So this one I move aside first. Then I'm going to turn. I need to make a 120 degree. So if I start the baseline from here, no, I cannot. Wait, it's up to you whereby you want to choose this line or this line as your baseline right now. Okay, I try to choose this one as my baseline. Means I move it to meet the center. And I'm going to turn it around to meet my baseline. Can you see? This is the baseline. So if I start from here, I'm going to use the scale, the outer scale that start the reading from 0. 120, right? So move back, look for 120. So I move up to here, 120. Can you see that? Can you see or not?
Yes.
Can Okay. So I'm going to make the marking here. This is 120 degree. I make the marking down here. It's very hard for me to make the marking. Also cannot make. Wait, can I see? I drag up my whiteboard. Can or not? Also cannot. Okay, never mind. I assume the marking is somewhere here, near this line. Okay, I remove it now. I'm going to use my ruler to draw to the marking that I have just now. Somewhere here. Okay, then draw the straight line. Draw the straight line. So this is 120 degree. Straight away you can label This one is red, this one is yellow. So we have one more left. If I divide this, the rest of course will be 50 degree. So I need to draw another one which is white, 100 degree. So again, move the center to meet the center. That is the first step. Center to meet the center. Then you adjust the baseline. Second step. So now the baseline is here. I remove it first. You see, this is the baseline. You also can take this one. Okay, but I'm going to use this as the baseline now. So center to the center. Move it. I'm going to move it. Here. This is the baseline, not the one outside. So make sure you take the correct one, not this line, not this one. This is not the baseline. The one inside, this one is the baseline. Okay, because the reading start from here. The reading didn't start from here. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to use the outer scale to get 100 degree. Okay, go back here. 1, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, up to 100 degrees. So 100 degrees is here. I'm going to use this line. You don't have, but never mind. You can just use your pencil, make a marking over here. But mine cannot because I cannot do a marking over there. So I have to use this line here. Okay, 100 degree, I make a marking. Okay, so you are going to make marking something like this also. Then remove it. Use your ruler now. I have to keep turning the ruler now. Okay, almost. Not yet. Okay, so draw the line in the circle. I wonder why I cannot draw. I put on it already. Never mind, I use this side. How come also cannot? Okay. Sorry, it becomes a curly line. Okay, so I can remove it already. How much angle is this?
100.
Very good, 100. And the color is white.
White.
So the last one, for sure, because the one whole turn is 360 degree, right? 100 plus 120 plus 90 is already 310. So the remaining must be 50 degree.
50 degrees.
That will be correct, okay? So you can check to make sure whether it's correct or not. You can move it to the center like this. Center, meet the center. And then you adjust the baseline. So I adjust it to this baseline, start from 0. I'm going to use the inner scale, okay? So you move up to here, but mine is not accurate lah. It looks like 45, something like that, not very accurate. It's supposed to be 50, maybe because of my line before that is not accurate. So actually it should be accurate, huh? So I consider this one is correct already. And lastly, we label this part here, 50 degree. I wonder why I cannot write smoothly. Okay, this one is 50 degree and the color is blue. Okay, so we have done our pie chart. The rest of the marking outside here, the last thing, you rub it off. Rub off all the marking that you have marked just now. This marking. I also erased my red just now. Right. So what else do I have to do? What else?
Title.
Write down the title. Okay. Hopefully you remember the title. Let's see what is the title here. Okay. The title is the number of cars of dynamic models sold by a car dealer. So in your book, they give a better title lah, huh? They use the sales because so mean the sales of car of dynamic model. So they use the whole sentence over here of cars of dynamic model. Just add on the sales because so means the sales. Okay, so we are going to use this to apply it here. Sales of cars of dynamic model. Okay, so this one, pie chart, because everything we already label here, so you don't have to color it or you don't have to shade it. Unless you didn't label the red, the blue, the white here, then you are going to make indicator on the right. And for that one, you will have to color it. But this one, because we already label everything clearly in your pie chart, so we don't have to color your pie chart anymore. Unless it is stated in the question that requests you to color it, to shade it, then you have to do so. Understand class?
Yes.
Yes, huh?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any question?
Yes.
No, huh?
No.
Okay,
No.
good. We look at the last part, that is the justification of using the pie chart. This one. Why it is suitable to use? Because for comparing each color of the cars with the total number of the car. So you can compare the color with the total number of the car over here. That's why pie chart is suitable. So you can see it's very easy for you to see which one have the highest sale. The highest sale is yellow. The lowest sales, blue car. Okay, so that is the best thing about pie chart because you can read from the pie chart clearly the information that is stated over there. Okay, no question, So later on, you are going to do this exercise in your textbook on page 274. So you jot down in page 274, I want you to do these 3 questions. You don't have to copy the question here. You just need to construct bar chart. That is the first thing, this one. And then the second thing, also the bar chart. But then this bar chart, you are going to represent 2 sets of data. So you can see one is normal red, one is holiday season. So now we cannot go for holiday. So hopefully when you are doing this exercise later on, you can assume yourself is staying in the hotel, the homestay, the budget hotel or the hostel to enjoy the mood of the holiday later on. And then the third one, construct pie chart. So you need to send me 3 types of data representation to me today. Okay, you just construct everything in your exercise book using the grid line provided. Can or not, class?
Yes, can, madam.
Okay, so that's all for today.